A gigantic spacecraft suddenly appears out of nowhere in the middle of the night around 800 BC and starts descending above a tribal community, except for one man who cannot stop staring at the ship's dazzling light, while everyone else in the town panics and runs away. Jumping ahead to the 1920s in Egypt, people were digging near the pyramids when a special professor from another country named Catherine and her dad arrived. The diggers showed them some strange flat stones they had discovered. During this, Catherine noticed some interesting small objects and became fascinated with a gold necklace that had an eye on it. The crowd became excited when the diggers uncovered something even bigger, a huge round metal ring featuring a creature with a jackal head beneath it. Moving forward to 1994, Catherine is now older and in the USA, attending a talk by a man named Daniel who is knowledgeable about ancient Egypt and its languages. Daniel tries to present his ideas about how the pyramids were constructed, but the other experts laugh and walk away. Afterward, a police officer named Lieutenant Kowalski approaches Daniel and takes him to a car where Catherine is waiting. She offers Daniel a job without explaining the details. At first, Daniel hesitates, but Catherine reminds him that he has lost his home and his money, telling him this opportunity could prove his theories, so Daniel agrees. Meanwhile, in a quiet neighborhood, two officers are searching for Colonel O'Neill and find him in his deceased child's room. It is revealed that O'Neill's child tragically died while playing with his father's gun, and O'Neill has been unable to recover from the loss. The officers interrupt his grief to inform him he is needed for duty again. Shortly later in Colorado, Daniel and Catherine enter an Air Force base hidden beneath a mountain. Daniel is taken to a lab where the mysterious flat stones found in 1928 are kept. He is amazed by them, but when he sees the translation written on a board, he quickly corrects the mistakes. The corrected translation reads, "A million years into the sky is Ra, the sun god, sealed and buried forever in his stargate." 2 weeks later, Daniel continues working on translating the remaining tablets, but struggles to identify the language. Taking a break, he notices a guard reading a newspaper with an article about the Orion constellation. The image sparks an idea, and Daniel grabs the newspaper and rushes back to the lab, connecting the stars into a pattern. He climbs a ladder to compare his drawing with a glyph, and confirms they match. Later, in a meeting with scientists and officers, Daniel explains that the symbols are constellations arranged to form a map with 7 points. He explains that 6 points determine a location in three-dimensional space, while the 7th acts as the origin point. However, they realize the final symbol is missing. Suddenly, a wall opens to reveal the Stargate discovered in Egypt, made of a mineral not found on Earth. In the control room, the Stargate is activated and begins spinning. A screen shows close-ups of constellation symbols, and Daniel identifies one resembling a pyramid with a circle above it. He adds stick figures to confirm his theory, and they input the 7th symbol, triggering a red alert. The facility shakes as Earth is marked as the starting point, and the Stargate opens, forming a massive swirling tunnel of energy like a wall of water. They send a probe through, which stretches its arm before being pulled inside. The data shows it connected to a location in a distant galaxy on the other side of the universe before the signal is lost. Later, the images reveal another Stargate, confirming the connection. The planet appears breathable, though the symbols differ. While officers consider canceling the mission due to the risk, Daniel volunteers to continue. Preparations begin, and O'Neill receives a secret mission while Catherine gives Daniel a Ra necklace for luck. The team enters the gate room and sends a rover through, followed by themselves, traveling through bright lights across the universe. They arrive in a dark chamber with another Stargate, use flares, and discover they are inside a structure like the Great Pyramid of Giza, surrounded by desert. Daniel cannot align the Stargate yet due to missing symbols, which frustrates the soldiers. Kowalski pushes Daniel, but O'Neill intervenes. As the team sets up camp, O'Neill secretly arms a bomb inside the rover. Meanwhile, Daniel explores and finds large paw prints leading to a domesticated animal with a harness. When startled, the creature runs, dragging Daniel through the sand until he loses consciousness. He later wakes as the animal licks his face. The soldiers rescue him, and they soon encounter people mining the same mineral as the gate. A boy named Skara alerts others, and when the villagers see Daniel's necklace, they bow. Their leader Kasuf arrives, but communication is difficult. Kasuf's daughter Shayuri offers drinks, and Daniel shares candy, forming trust. The team is invited to stay and travels with them to a stone city where locals again bow, believing they are sent by the sun god Ra. Chaos erupts as a sandstorm approaches, and misunderstandings lead to tension until O'Neill realizes the villagers are protecting themselves. The team stays with them, sharing food, while Daniel attempts communication through drawings, though Kasuf forbids the symbols. Later, Daniel is cleaned and left alone when Shayuri enters and begins undressing, causing him to panic. He insists it is unnecessary and tries to send her away, but with Kasuf waiting outside, Daniel pretends they are occupied to avoid causing offense or trouble. Daniel uses sand to sketch a pyramid, and Sherry adds a circle to it. She explains that she has seen that circle before, and Daniel persuades her to take him to it. Meanwhile, the soldiers inside the pyramid keep struggling with their radio, unable to make it function. Suddenly, a bright light shines down onto the pyramid, and everything begins to shake as a massive spaceship appears above, slowly covering the pyramid completely. The soldiers grow tense, raising their weapons and spreading out to investigate, but something attacks them in the darkness. One by one, the soldiers are silently knocked unconscious until only one remains. He falls to the ground and, when he turns around, he sees a guard with the face of Anubis. This mysterious figure, along with another guard, drags the soldiers into another room where a glowing sarcophagus is present, and a hand emerges from it, deepening the mystery. Back in the city, Skara notices O'Neill smoking and becomes curious about the fire. O'Neill gives him a lighter and some cigarettes, and Skara tries to smoke like him but ends up coughing. Skara then attempts to grab a gun, but O'Neill stops him with a slap, causing Skara to run away in fear. Meanwhile, Sherry leads Daniel to a cave where they find a wall covered in earth glyphs. Daniel begins reading them using the Egyptian language he knows, and Sherry helps him with the correct pronunciation, allowing him to learn the local language. Back with O'Neill, he tries to communicate with Skara and the other boys using hand gestures to describe Daniel. The boys copy the gestures without understanding, but when O'Neill mentions chicken and pretends to sneeze, Skara finally understands. He offers Daniel's jacket to a creature, which begins tracking the scent, and everyone follows it. Soon after, O'Neill finds Daniel in the cave, and Daniel explains what he has learned from the writings. A space traveler escaped from a dying world and came to Earth seeking a way to extend his life. This traveler was R.A., who took over a human body and declared himself ruler. He used the Stargate to bring many people to this planet to work in the mines, and the Orthe mind helped him create advanced technology to achieve immortality. However, a rebellion occurred on Earth, and the Stargate there was buried to prevent a similar uprising. R.A. then forbade reading and writing to erase the truth from memory. As Daniel continues, Kowalski explores the cave and finds a round stone resembling the one at the center of the Earth's Stargate. Daniel becomes excited, believing it is the missing piece he needs, and that the locals must have hidden it in hopes the Earth's Stargate would one day be reactivated. Unfortunately, the stone is damaged and worn, making it impossible for Daniel to identify the seventh symbol. Frustrated, O'Neill decides they should return to the pyramid, and the team leaves while Skara and his friends follow. When they see the spaceship, they become worried. The team cautiously enters with weapons ready, while Skara's group sneaks around to look through the windows. Inside the spaceship, they find their belongings but no bodies. Suddenly, a mysterious guard appears and knocks a soldier unconscious with a staff weapon that can fire like a gun, then begins shooting wildly, forcing the others to retreat. Daniel and O'Neill reach the room with the bomb but discover it is gone. Suddenly, part of the ceiling opens, rings descend, and a glowing beam of light appears. 3 guards arrive with staff weapons, and Daniel and O'Neill lower their guns and are guided through the beam, which transports them to a throne room. The walls open to let sunlight in, and the leader arrives carrying the bomb. Everyone removes their masks, revealing human faces, and it is revealed that the leader is R.A. As the guards kneel, O'Neill quickly attacks one, takes his staff, and kills him, but before he can react further, another guard aims his weapon. Daniel steps in and is shot while children surround R.A. to protect him. Another guard retrieves his staff and beats O'Neill until R.A. orders him to stop, then approaches Daniel to examine his necklace. Afterward, O'Neill and the soldiers are thrown into a water pit. Outside, Skara's group searches the soldiers' bags and finds weapons. They also see 2 gliders emerging from the pyramid and flying away. In the city, Kasuf sees the gliders and raises an alarm as people try to find shelter. The gliders attack the city, causing chaos and destruction. Kasuf kneels, pleading for mercy, but the attacks continue, causing heavy damage and casualties before the gliders leave. Skara's group returns and sees the devastation, learning it is Ra's punishment for helping the strangers. Later, inside the pyramid, Daniel regains consciousness in the sarcophagus and realizes his wound has healed. When he steps out, it closes automatically. A child with a cat checks on him before running off, and Daniel follows R.A. to his chambers, where R.A. explains he chose humans because their bodies are easily repaired. He is angry that the gate has been reopened and plans to send the bomb back with a shipment of the special mineral to greatly increase its power. Despite creating civilization, R.A. now wants to destroy it due to betrayal and become the only god. He takes Daniel's necklace. In the cave, Skara's group searches for Sherry to tell her about Ra's assembly and planned execution, but Sherry shares Daniel's story, revealing the truth to everyone. Soon, the people gather at the pyramid. R.A. and his guards appear wearing masks and give Daniel a staff, ordering him to kill the soldiers. Sherry, Skara, and the others blend into the crowd, and Skara uses a lighter to reflect sunlight and signal Daniel that they have weapons. Understanding, Daniel pretends to attack his friends, then suddenly turns and fires at the throne. The boys also fire, causing panic as people scatter while guards shoot into the crowd. Some people, including a soldier, are killed, but the rest escape. Soon after, the team is caught in a sandstorm and Daniel collapses from exhaustion. Skara and his friends help him and guide the team to safety in a cave. Inside, Skara shows them the recovered weapons. O'Neill wants them back, and Kowalski suggests the boys help fight, which angers O'Neill. Daniel encourages O'Neill to reveal the truth about the bomb. He had secret orders to destroy the Stargate if necessary. Daniel explains Ra's plan and stresses that Earth's Stargate is the real danger, but they still lack the seventh symbol. O'Neill promises to stop the bomb. Meanwhile, R.A. punishes a guard painfully for failing. Back in the cave, Daniel learns people think Sherry is his wife. When she says she never corrected them, Daniel kisses her. The next morning, Daniel sees Skara drawing 3 moons and realizes it represents the planet and the Stargate's origin point, meaning they can return home. Later, they go to the mines where people are enslaved. They kill a guard, causing panic, and Daniel removes the guard's mask to reveal he is human, shocking everyone. Inside the pyramid, guards prepare the bomb as the team enters disguised as slaves carrying ore. Once inside, they reveal weapons and attack. A fierce battle follows, with injuries on both sides. One guard tries to seal the door, but O'Neill kills him. Gliders attack outside, and Kowalski helps the group defend themselves, but after losses, he decides to surrender. Inside, R.A. orders the bomb sent to Earth. The team reaches it, and O'Neill activates it, planning to stay behind. A guard appears and shoots Sherry, seriously wounding her. Daniel kills the guard and carries Sherry through an opening to a sarcophagus, which heals her. Another guard fights O'Neill while R.A. attacks Daniel with a device. With only minutes left, O'Neill defeats the guard using the rings. The rings activate elsewhere, distracting R.A., allowing Daniel to retrieve the necklace and return with Sherry to the bomb room. Outside, Kasuf and his people arrive and defeat the guards. R.A. tries to escape in his spaceship. O'Neill struggles to disarm the bomb but then sends it through the rings into the spaceship, where it explodes, destroying R.A. The planet celebrates, and Skara and the boys salute O'Neill, who returns the gesture respectfully. Soon after, Daniel activates the Stargate and gives the necklace to O'Neill to return to Catherine, choosing to stay with Sherry while the soldiers go back through the gate to Earth in bright light.